Hey everybody, happy Friday. We are officially in week 2, Friday and June 14th of our devotional that we're working on with Things Happen in Threes for our June journal. And as we've been talking about for the last few weeks, we've been talking about how things happen in threes, and especially in the Bible where God mentions and the number 3 and occurrences and conversations and situations happen in threes in the Bible because it's that important for God to use his word to show us, to have us hear it, have us see it, have us write it and experience it so that we can have it as an ingrained and integral part of our everyday life. So God used, and Jesus even in threes. Jesus went back to Gethsemane to pray 3 different times. Jesus repeats the phrase to Peter, feed my sheep. It's that important that he wants to make sure that even Peter remembers that he needs to feed his sheep. So he says it 3 times. God called out the prophet Samuel 3 times because it's that important to him. If it's that important to God, it's that important to us. So what we've kind of been talking about over the past couple of weeks is how things happen in threes and how for us to incorporate that in our everyday life. So what we've done is in the June journal is we've broken it down into 3 different things we try to make sure that we do every day to help us get a closer relationship with the word and to get a closer bond with having his word in our spirit. So the first thing that we like to do is we like to take our focus off ourselves and put it on other people. So this month we're focusing on 3 people. Now, if you've been following along with us for the month, you can continue doing those 3 people that you've been focusing on every day. Sometimes it's just 3 people that we're really led to focus on for the whole month. For others of us, it's 3 different people every day, just because lives are evolving and changing and our daily walk is a little bit different, and we run into people that might need us to focus on them for a day. And remember, it's important for us as we're taking the focus of ourselves to load our load and place it with other people, so we're focusing on others, is to make sure that they're aware of it, either praying for them or texting them or calling them or blessing them in some way. Just letting them know that they're not alone in their situation. Sometimes that helps that other person to know that other people have them in their thoughts and prayers. So please do that while you're focusing on these 3 people today. Now, the second thing that we do is getting into his word. And it's always easier when we're trying to remember God's word is if we read it, if we write it, and if we apply it. So that's what we're going to be doing. And today's verse is from James 1:17. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. So the first thing that we're going to do now that we've read the verse is we're going to rewrite it or paraphrase it here, or write it word for word over here so that you can help to remember it in your body and in your mind and in your spirit. And then talk about how that applies to you. And remember, sometimes a verse is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, that's what that Bible verse really means. This is how it applies to me. Some days it's going to be just very minimal. It's going to be very simple. Oh, I've known that. I've received that a long time ago. And this is how I can apply it to my life. So don't worry about how you perceive it, because some days are a ton of bricks and others day it's like a feather in the wind. So don't worry about that. Now, the third thing that we do every day is we kind of just write our thoughts for the day. Some people are using when you turn the page, that notes section, as a personal journal entry for the day, or just writing their thoughts or their plans for their day, or how they feel about their relationship with the Lord. That's for however you want to do it. I tend to want to use the six steps of journaling, where we write down something we're grateful for, writing down a confession, asking for forgiveness, a journal question, answering that journal question, and then finally obeying or following through with however God led us while we were answering that question. And as always, I'm going to include the journal question. If you're following me on YouTube in Pat's War Room, remember, like, love, and share always. But make sure that you're hitting that on YouTube. I'll put it in the description. Today's journal question is, Lord, what gift can I give you today? What gift can I give you today? If you're following on Facebook, I'll have a picture of the journal question underneath in the first comment. And if you're following along on Instagram, on my Instagram page for Pat's War Room, I'll have the journal question in the descriptions there too. That way you can keep up with us and have that if you need to have a journal question for your own sanity. All right, guys. Well, that ends week 2 of our June journaling. And prayerfully, I'll see you again Monday with our beginning week 3. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.